Commissioner Clementi is temporarily excused. Commissioner Anderson.
Present.
Vice Chair Baidoon has also requested an excuse. Chair Kinlock,
Present.
we have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda.
Item B, Chair's remarks.
Thank you. I'd just, I'd like to, well, before I get into my remarks, Madam Clerk, I'd like the record to reflect that Commissioner Clara Clemente has, joined us. Okay. Kara. Okay, Kara Clemente. Thank you. No, so, first of all, I'd like to say that we have, 3 to 4 more committee meetings left for the year. As we made it very clear at the beginning of this year, when we had to deal with closing out the previous fiscal year, that we did not want that to happen this year. It was supposed to be a one-time action. But unfortunately, you know, we remember what happened. So look, so I would like for management and budget, for those who are here from management and budget, and I don't see anybody here. Is there anyone online? Anyone online? Okay, well, I'll repeat this at the regular at full board as well. So you know, please have budget amendments for 23-24 in as soon as possible, so we can have them taken care of on this side of the calendar year. Yeah. Thank you. Next item.
Item C, approve the minutes from the September 30th, 2024 meeting.
It's been moved. Moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, this item stands approved. Next item on the agenda.
Item D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Moving to item E, new business. Number 1, requesting commission approval of the 2024 apportionment report.
At this time, okay, Scott.
There we go. Good morning. Scott Vandenbergel, Director of Assessment and Equalization.
Madam Clerk, would you read all 3 items into the record?
Sure. Item number 2, requesting commission approval of the Michigan Department of Treasury Form L4029 2024 tax rate request millage request report. And number 3, requesting commission approval of retroactive modification number 5 to a sole source 5-year contract with Bellafuel, Caesar and Associates.
Thank you. You may proceed, Scott.
Thank you, Chair. Scott Vandenbergel, Director of Assessment Equalization for Wayne County. Conveying the recommendation to the committee.
Wayne, we got feedback. Okay.
Conveying the 2024 apportionment report of tax rates for Wayne County. This is toward the commission's responsibilities statutorily for 2 things: for equalization of assessments and apportionment of tax rates. It's the tax rate apportionment meeting that is taking place in an hour or so at the full board. It's one of the responsibilities that the County Commission has provided in the General Property Tax Act to review, spread, and eventually levy the taxes against all taxing entities within the county, of which there are 104. One of which is Wayne County itself, which is one of the other agenda items for its own tax rates.
And you, as you did last year, I remember that memo that you sent that was just very explaining in detail the impact and the importance of this action is not just something that's, you know, that we should just fly over, but you highlighted the importance and in which what the statutory role is, you just explained, but also which areas could be addressed and not addressed if it were necessary.
Yes, sir. The commission has responsibility over the equalization of assessments and of the tax rates. And toward that end, the commission has the responsibility to review whether each tax rate was properly had proper legal authority to be levied, whether it was properly reduced under the Headley Amendment to comply with that constitutional provision. And then whether that was the tax has legal standing to be in place. And the action of the commission to apportion the tax rates and issue the apportionment order perfects the tax levy of all those taxes being applied. So there isn't really a valid tax until the commission says there is, if you will, via the apportionment order. So it's a very important responsibility. And the Equalization Department supports the function, makes recommendations to the county commission as its technical advisor in this area.
Yeah, I remember you had a nudge, I guess, sometime when I first got onto the commission, nudge us as far as the reappointment in that process. Right quick, I just wanted to ask that, did you address each of the three items before us? Because we read them into the record, and so we're going to take one action at the end of your presentation.
Okay,
You've addressed each of these items?
yes.
Okay, you have.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you. Any questions from commissioners? Okay, Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you. Scott, why is this number 3? I know that's a continuation of a 5-year contract, but it's retroactive showing that it was dated July 22nd. Is there a reason that it's showing retroactive?
Yeah, I noticed that too. I believe that's a typo. The contract itself it's a support agreement.
Situation?
It's a continuation. The period doesn't begin for another couple of weeks until the beginning of November. So I think maybe it was some language that was carried over and that perhaps the report, the agenda from template from last time or some other time. But no, it is not at all a retroactive contract. It's a prospective contract term.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, I noticed that very same thing too. And I would request that commission staff take a look at that and strike that word from
Okay.
the agenda.
Through the chair, we'll make sure that it's correct for full board in the resolution will reflect. It's a typo.
Typo. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of the committee and commission's disdain for retroactive contracts. So definitely want to make sure that that you're aware that that is a future term contract.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Any additional questions? Okay, so item A, data communication. Okay, so a motion is in order. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Do we require a roll call or anything?
No, you
No,
can
okay.
vote if you like.
Okay,
You can have a voice vote if you like.
okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, these items stand approved. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda,
Have such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
At this time, Madam Clerk, would you open up the mics? And I will ask anyone on Zoom or on telephone who would like to be recognized by this committee to make any public comments to raise your hand at this time. Would you please raise your hand?
There are no hands on Zoom and no emails were received.
Thank you. I'd like to ask, is there anyone here present who would like to address this committee? Anyone present? Public comment is closed. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item H, adjournment.
Motion is in order. It's been moved. Is there support? Is there support? Support. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.